Hey, Tom here, FlipAnything USA. So I thought today take a look at Brandon Turner. Is this guy fake or real? I never was a fan of Bigger Pockets because I'd see so many fake gurus in there. And I know Brandon here was like the face of Bigger Pockets. But he advertised, all of a sudden he kind of came out of nowhere. I know I looked up a little bit of the history. I guess he was, hosted Bigger Pockets. They paid him $100,000 a year or something like that, or a little bit of money. And a successful investor probably would never take that job, to be quite honest. But it looked like he only had been really just a real estate investor, fan, somewhat, active a little bit, I guess. I guess he got up to having $3 million of his own property. He talked about, that's one in his ad that says, "I've gone from $3 million in real estate to 11,000 doors," which I thought was odd. Why don't you just say number to number, right? It just seems odd. You couldn't say you have $3 million. I went from $3 million in real estate to 11,000 doors. And it just doesn't mean much. It's just not how I would, quantify, something that I did that was maybe exceptional. It just doesn't sound quite right. But anyways, so I looked into him a little bit, more, and what I found was I looked into him a little bit, and I look and I see, a young Brandon Turner here. This is 8 years ago, right? But he's just he's just the face. He's just a podcaster. Just basically interviewing other people that have invested in real estate. And in Bigger Pockets, I know it's got a big following and stuff, but it doesn't have the brightest following, to be quite honest. People go there to pitch their wares, and I get it. And you're going to get some, bad with maybe some good, hopefully. But my point is, Brandon's been advertising a lot about this. I don't know what he calls it, but how to get wealthy, basically. And so I thought I'd look at this, and because what I followed is that he basically did, he got up to maybe owning $3 million of the real estate, and then he quit Bigger Pockets, and then presumably he was not allowed to compete or something. A little bit, but he was gone for a year or two. Then all of a sudden he comes out and, I'm the greatest, mentor, and, buy your first property in a year, and this, that, and thing. And, I'm not saying he's overselling himself. I don't know. But having $3 million of the real estate is not, this houses cost $3 million. It's not a lot of property. And when we talk about mentorship, you're talking about you want to be, you want somebody with experience that's been there, done. Look, I'm doing this because I'm critical. So I want people to compare me. If you're thinking about getting mentoring and you're going to, him or anybody else, I want you to look at what I got. Because at FlipAnything USA, this is my website, and and I have the most successful, and I can back it up. But if I don't have the most, I'll just say I think I have the most successful student of anybody out there on YouTube or anywhere. I have multimillionaire students that have become multimillionaires. 18 months to 3.5 years. Many that have made $100,000 or tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, million, multiple millions now. Many people. And you can take a look and you can see these guys all at FlipAnything USA. But, let's get back to the subject here. And by the way, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You don't want my channel to get away from me if you really are interested in real estate. Let's go back to Brandon here. So I looked into him and I said, okay, well, he talks about this OpenDoor thing. So it sounds like through the popularity that he got through Bigger Pockets, he was able to parlay that popularity into getting people to invest in OpenDoor. And that's where he got the capital to buy a bunch of property. And so how do so look, he went from $3 million to all this other stuff. So obviously it doesn't look like he did a lot of personal properties in between. So he did this OpenDoor where he's using other people's money. And that would typically, in my experience, people that use other people's money generally are not very careful, not very selective, because they can afford to make very little because they're splitting the money made with somebody that put the money in and they put in nothing. So you can have thousands of partners and make a very little from each and every one of them, but collectively it turns into a lot of money. Looked into OpenDoor a little bit. And so what I found was, when I went into Reddit here, I find really nothing but bad news, and many unhappy investors that have gotten into this thing. And I thought, well, that's odd. Why are you advertising you're a mentor and you're going to teach people how to buy real estate when it doesn't really look like you really have the chops for it, Brandon. I'd love to have you on the show and we can talk about it. I think, take it your word, you care about the people that are out there watching. I definitely do. That's why you don't see me commingling or collaborating with a lot of the frauds out there, the fake gurus. But anyhow, so look at this. This person, Live Transitions, wrote, Fund 4 stop distribution. Their Chaval apartment deal stopped paying as well. CEO brags on his paid mentorship, how he spends like an hour a week focusing on OpenDoor Capital. Well, that may be why OpenDoor Capital is suffering. He really just used his name to bring in more and more money, and he himself is not involved. He even launched a paid marriage counseling, is that right? Paid marriage counseling product. So again, is he just a huckster selling anything that he can't? I don't know. That doesn't sound particularly good. Not that he couldn't have some life experience that would be important to that aspect. I've been in business really my whole life, but in real estate, there's just nothing like it, folks. If you flip through this, you'll see it says, I'm in 4 of their 4. This guy says, I'm in 4 of their funds. One has done okay. One has been fair, but still way under projections. The other 2 have been terrible investments. So far, these funds are some of the worst investment decisions. As of now, I do not plan to invest with them again, nor can I recommend them to anyone. It was a terrible decision to invest with Brandon Turner and ODC, presumably OpenDoor Capital. So you got to do your due diligence on people, and you guys know, I show you what I've done, what I've made. I show you the students, what they've done, what they've made. You know a good teacher by its class, and so I'm very, very proud of my students and what I've accomplished in the last 3.5 years that I've been mentoring, and I'm looking for more students. So I have properties that I've owned for a long time. I've had stuff that I've owned recently but I bought well. I have properties that are coming into these high-density areas now. They're talking about going up 10, 20 stories on some of my properties, which, it's incredible what it can do to your portfolio value. Just put it through the roof. So really, really fantastic stuff. And like I say, the kind of properties that you drive by every day in your neighborhood, that's where you want to be. That's what I show you. I show you how to find the gold in your neighborhood. So again, I jump over here. I'm going to show you another thing. This is actually on Bigger Pockets. So, Brandon came out of Bigger Pockets, but, when I did this search on this OpenDoor Capital, I found this post in Bigger Pockets. And this guy says, hey, I'm curious to learn how your experience has been with OpenDoor Capital or something similar. I'm in OpenDoor Capital Fund 4, and I'm extremely disappointed by their own admittance as I write this on 8/21/23. And there's even more recent than this as well. But it sounds like they stopped paying. In other words, they promised dividends and they're not coming in now. As their latest update received today acknowledges they are still behind target. They've been at this fund for a couple of years now and with no turnaround in sight, despite glowing monthly reports of an imminent turnaround that never materializes. This time they have paused quarterly distributions, and TTM net operating income is close to 40% below. Man, I'll tell you what, if you're that far off, if that's true, that you're 40% off in your income predictions, I mean, you obviously don't know how to apply math, or you're definitely doing something terribly, terribly wrong. So this is really not, this doesn't bode well for Brandon. But this isn't unusual to me. It's, the most popular people on YouTube, and I'm talking about Grant Cardone, Pac Morby, Chris Crone, they have the least amount of experience. They're very good marketers. I'll give them that. They're good marketers. But I don't see any experience there. I don't see anything that would, make you think that they know what they're doing. It's, Chris Crone, Grant Cardone, they're using other people's money. Look, and Brandon looks the same thing, using other people's money for OpenDoor Capital, bragging about the number, the amount, but not the performance. If he got on and said, I went from $3 million to misjudging my projects by 40% on their net operating income, wouldn't do too well. But that may be closer to the truth than to simply say that people say they've done deals, or they say I went from 3 million to 1 billion. Well, I mean, is that 1 billion supposed to be $1.5 billion? So again, you got to look at it. Buyer beware. And so anyways, I just, I wanted to pop in and just talk about this real quick because, like, again, this is where a lot of people get seduced by, they see the YouTube face, they see the face all the time, but they don't look deeper. If you even look at Pac Morby's site, go to pacmorbysub2.com, look at his success stories. They're laughable. Just go there with you, just show you real quick. So if you go to sub2.com, this is a good example of people that don't do their due diligence. So you go to Pac Morby. This is his page, right? This is his page. These are what he calls success stories. You walk through these and watch. I looked at 90 minutes of this stuff. Not one person qualified a profit by saying how much they made. I think this woman said she made a friend and they bought three partners bought one property together, which sounds like an absolute nightmare. I encourage you, listen to this guy. No profit, no money made. I got in the class and I'm hoping to make money. You know, but so I think they know that people just see these faces. This woman here, I got a kick out of her. Nice lady, doesn't know anything about admittedly, she says she doesn't know anything about real estate. But guess what? She's helping other people, and she's so happy to help other people about real estate, and she doesn't know what she's doing by her own, admission. So anyway, this is this kind of stuff. Like I say, guys like me, I just shake my head, because I really have been doing this stuff for many, many years. Have a huge track record of success, and it's just laughable to see what's going on out there. So anyways, please again hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'll never mislead you, never steer you wrong. I turn more people down that want to get in my class. I spend hours and hours talking to people that I never take a dime from. I'm the only person that lets people in my class. There's no salesmen that get a commission that try to upsell you all this, get an LLC, get this, get that, or get into my fund. None of that shit exists with me. I just teach how to make money. So, hey, thanks for watching.
And listen, time is on a mission to eliminate all the snake oil and the fake gurus that fake y'all. He'll show you how to build an empire, starting with nothing but a desire. All you really need is a good mentor, not a used car bullshit. With time, you'll learn to crush it, investing like Warren Buffett. With real estate, you cannot procrastinate. Everyone who hesitates is left at the starting gate. Hey, yo, so don't delay and join today. The mentorship and flip anything. USA, go.